What color cat brings good luck? Ginger, black, white, or something else entirely? The answer is not as simple as it may seem. In some countries, people are afraid of black cats. In others, they are considered protectors. A ginger cat is called a sunny talisman. A white cat is seen as a symbol of purity. And a calico cat is almost a living amulet. Let's explore where these beliefs came from and which cat brings happiness into the home. Cats have always lived alongside humans, but they have never fully obeyed them. This is exactly what made them the heroes of hundreds of superstitions. A dog shows its emotions openly. It rejoices, barks, wags its tail, and seeks approval. A cat behaves differently. It can sit in a dark corner and stare at something a person cannot see. It can appear silently nearby, lie down on a sore spot, or suddenly refuse to enter a room. To ancient people, all of this looked like a sign. If a cat senses something people cannot, then it must be connected to the invisible world. In reality, cats are not mystically dangerous. They are simply very observant and sensitive to sounds, smells, their owner's mood, and changes in the home. That is why, for centuries, people saw them either as omens of misfortune or as guardians of the hearth. The color of their fur strengthened this impression. Black seemed nocturnal and mysterious. White seemed bright and almost otherworldly. Ginger reminded people of fire, gold, and the sun. Gray looked calm and wise. Striped cats seemed wild, like little tigers. And a cat with several colors in its coat seemed like a creature that had gathered several powers within itself at once. The most controversial figure in cat superstitions is the black cat. It is often called a symbol of bad luck, especially if it crosses your path. But this belief is not universal. In some traditions, a black cat is frightening. In others, it means protection for the home, strong intuition, hidden wisdom, and the ability to drive away evil. The problem is that the color black is easily associated with night, the unknown, and fear. A person sees a dark animal silently emerging from the shadows, and the imagination immediately fills in the story. But a black cat does not bring misfortune by itself. More often, misfortune is brought by the expectation of misfortune. If a person is sure that after meeting a black cat the day will go badly, they start looking for confirmation. The bus was late, the cat is to blame. Coffee spilled, definitely a sign. Someone said something unpleasant. Here it is, it has begun. And if the day passes calmly, the person forgets about it. That is how perception works. We notice what we fear. A black cat in the home may be not a symbol of problems, but a symbol of strength. Behind the outward mysticism, there is often a gentle animal that loves a warm spot, a full bowl, and it's human. The ginger cat is the opposite of the black cat in popular imagination. Its image is warm, loud, and sunny. Ginger fur reminds people of a fire in the fireplace, autumn leaves, honey, copper, and gold. That is why ginger cats are often associated with money, joy, an appetite for life, and domestic happiness. It seems as though such a cat cannot be a gloomy symbol. It looks like a small piece of sunshine walking around the apartment, demanding attention and pretending that the whole house belongs specifically to it. Of course, not all ginger cats are the same, but a stable image has formed around them. Cheerful, cheeky, affectionate, slightly comical, and very charismatic. A ginger cat may sleep in a strange position, loudly demand food, sit on important papers, interfere with work, and still look as if it is honoring a person with its presence. That is why it is easy for people to believe that it brings good luck. It does not necessarily change fate, it changes the atmosphere. In a home with a ginger cat, there is often more movement, laughter, and a feeling of lively disorder. And sometimes that is exactly what happiness is. A white cat looks completely different. If ginger is fire, then white is light. It is associated with purity, peace, a new beginning, softness, and calm. A white cat on a windowsill looks like a symbolic picture. Silence, morning, a bright room, a neat silhouette. But the color white is not simple either. In old beliefs, it could be connected with coldness, ghostliness, and the spirit world. Such a cat may look angelic, but behave like a little dictator, demanding the best pillow, hunting the curtains, and waking a person in the middle of the night. Color creates an expectation, but character is always broader than color. A gray cat is luck without loud promises. It does not have the drama of black, the brightness of ginger, or the solemnity of white. Gray reminds people of mist, silver, a rainy morning, smoke, and soft shadow. Such a cat is often perceived as a calm observer. It is as if it is in no hurry to prove its uniqueness, but it carefully studies people and the habits of the home. A gray cat can be called a symbol of balance. It stands between light and shadow. Its luck is quiet, not a sudden win, but a feeling of stability after a difficult day. The Calico cat is one of the most famous symbols of good luck. Its coloring combines several images at once. White as purity and protection, ginger as energy and prosperity, and black as strength and mystery. That is why it is easy to imagine a calico cat as a household talisman. Most often these cats are female rather than male, so this coloring is perceived as a rarity and a small miracle. If the black cat teaches us not to be afraid, the ginger cat teaches us to rejoice, and the white cat teaches us to seek light, then the calico cat combines all these lessons in one creature. But the palette does not end with 3 colors. There are striped cats, the most ancient-looking ones, resembling small forest predators. The lines on their fur remind us of the wild, hunting, survival, and freedom. A striped cat may lie on a soft blanket, but once it narrows its eyes and flicks its tail, a little tiger awakens inside it. This coloring is associated with practical luck, the ability to get out of difficulties, find a way, seize the moment, and survive. Spotted cats are perceived differently. Spots make their appearance more playful and unpredictable. It seems as though fate itself has placed random signs on their fur. Such a cat suits the image of change well. Affectionate today, independent tomorrow, sleeping in your arms in the morning, then racing around the house in the evening as if hunting invisible spirits. Spotted coloring can be called a symbol of movement and surprises. It reminds us that luck does not always arrive neatly. Sometimes it bursts into the home, knocks small objects off the table, and disappears under the sofa. Tortoiseshell cats are a separate story. Their fur mixes dark, ginger, brown, and cream shades, and the pattern is unique every time. There is no simple symmetry in this coloring, but there is character. It is no surprise that tortoiseshell cats are often imagined as temperamental, independent, and very expressive. They look like fire and shadow at the same time. They can be given the role of guardians of complicated luck, not the kind that falls from the sky, but the kind that belongs to the strong, stubborn, and vivid. There are also bicolor cats, black and white, ginger and white, gray and white. They can be called the household diplomats of color because opposites come together in their appearance. A black and white cat looks like a gentleman in a suit or a mischievous character in a mask. A ginger and white cat seems softer than a fully ginger one, and a gray and white cat seems calmer than a fully gray one. One person will see a lucky sign in a patch of fur, another will see a funny mask, and a third will simply see a beloved cat. Another expressive type of coloring is Colorpoint, where the body is light and the face, ears, paws, and tail are darker. Such a cat looks as if it has been carefully dipped into shadow. This image is associated with elegance, intelligence, and mystery. There is contrast in it, a light base and dark accents. That is why a Colorpoint cat brings not noisy luck, but refinement and a sense of special style in the home. But does fur color really affect character? Here it is important to be honest. People often judge animals by their appearance. Black seems mystical, white seems gentle, ginger seems cheerful, gray seems smart, striped seems wild, and calico seems lucky. But this says more about our imagination than about the cat itself. Character is not formed by coloring alone. It is influenced by heredity, age, health, early experiences, stress level, safety at home, people's attitude, and even whether the cat has enough play and personal space. Sometimes a person says, "I have a problem cat." But if you look more closely, the problem is not the color. A cat scratches furniture not because it is black or ginger, but because it needs to sharpen its claws. It wakes you at night not because it is white or gray, but because its routine is disrupted or it has too much energy. It hides from guests not because it is Calico, but because it is afraid of noise. It hisses not because it brings misfortune, but because it is defending itself. It marks territory not out of spite, but because of instincts, stress, or health problems. The real problems are brought not by the cat, but by a person's lack of preparation. If someone takes an animal for the sake of a pretty picture and expects it to live like an interior decoration, disappointment is inevitable. A cat needs safety, clear rules, veterinary care, a litter box in a calm place, a scratching post, play, patience, and respect for its boundaries. Without all this, even the luckiest ginger cat can become a source of chaos. And with proper care, even a black cat that someone once feared on the street can turn out to be the gentlest friend. So which cat truly brings good luck? The one that was given a chance. A black cat can become the protector of the home. A ginger cat can become a source of joy and funny stories. A white cat can be a reminder of light and softness. A gray cat can be a quiet support. A calico cat can be a symbol of harmony. A striped cat can be a little tiger that restores a person's connection with nature. A spotted cat can be a sign of change. A tortoiseshell cat can be the embodiment of a strong character. A bicolor cat can be proof that opposites can live together in one heart. Luck does not always look like sudden money or a perfect day. Sometimes luck is when someone greets you at the door at home, when purring sounds beside you on a difficult evening, when a funny face appears on camera during an important call, when an animal that used to be afraid of people falls asleep on your lap for the first time. In such moments, it becomes clear. A cat does not have to be a magical creature to change your life. Perhaps a cat's color really does help us see a special meaning in it. Black teaches courage, white teaches trust, ginger teaches joy, gray teaches calm, and calico teaches faith in happy coincidences. But real magic begins not with coloring, but with the bond between a human and an animal. A cat does not bring problems because of its color, and it does not bring luck on a schedule. It simply enters the home, takes its place, and adds warmth, noise, tenderness, and life. And if the home has become more alive after its arrival, then luck has already come.